you responded to Joe Tsai's comment about Kyrie on Twitter. What about that bothered you? And what about Joe Tsai's comment? And then what, if anything, that the league has done has bothered you?
So before Jaylen Brown answers that question, I'm going to answer that question. I can't stand how the media has covered this issue. First, Kyrie was suspended, then it went from suspended to appeared to being off of the suspension list to now an extended suspension, where it looks like he's going to miss 10 to 11 games. My fault, family. This is your boy, King Ty. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. Let's go.
Yeah, his response was alarming to me. I tweeted it out yesterday. He didn't say that the organization was working together to get Kyrie back on the floor. He said that he had more work to do. And our society has more work to do, including Joe Tsai. And it's 2022. It takes 10 minutes of time to see who, these business owners, corporations, et cetera, who they're associated with, who they're doing business with, and who they're affiliated with. And I'm vice president of the union, and it's part of my job to protect our players legally. And
family, now did you guys hear the way his voice cracked when he said that this man is scared for his life, job, but he's fighting for truth? We gotta protect this man. We gotta make sure we stay on their neck. Joe Tsai, Brooklyn Nets, the media, Shannon, Sharpe, Stephen A, and all of these guys, and make sure these guys get their just due. Let's go.
To see Phil Knight first come out and condemn, Kyrie, and also see Joe Tsai say he has more work to do, I think it's time for a larger conversation.
And that larger conversation needs to be, why are black people the only people that are for profit? Everything that black people do is for profit. And if you try to challenge that, if you try to give the people another option, your livelihood will be at stake. Everything that you worked for since the day you were old enough to remember, your dream will be taken from you because you have a viewpoint opposite of what someone else believes. So yes, we need to have a larger conversation, and we need to have the conversation about value, and we need to express to our players that they are the most valuable thing. They are the most valuable asset. They make this system run. Our basketball players, our football players, baseball players, our entertainers, singers, dancers, rappers, they make this work, and we need to have a large conversation about value. And if we all stuck together, and if we all wanted real change, and we all wanted to put in real action, we could shut all this shit down. Let's go.
He doesn't believe Kyrie Irving is anti-Semitic, yet he's still suspended indefinitely. So those are my thoughts.
So what do you think the reaction should be with him if that's not the way to do it? Like what should be the response?
I said this before, I think it's uncharted territory. I think it's no distinction between what somebody says versus what somebody posts. And I guess that's what they're trying to figure out, the terms that the Brooklyn Nets instituted for his return. I voice, my discomfort. Some of our players, some people in the media voice some of their discomfort with that. And, we've yet to hear, what is the latest with that situation. It's still an indefinite suspension. He's already missed 5 or 6 games. So, how many games is he going to continue to miss? Is it another situation going on there? Is it a larger situation going on there? Is another conversation that need to be had? We've yet to find out. So I'm staying tuned, and I'm keeping my phone on to just see what is going to come of this situation.
Okay, so let's read between the lines. What does this mean? What does this mean? He said there's a line between what somebody posts and what somebody says. And I guess that's what they're trying to figure out. So what I draw from that is that NBA players, in particular, are unable to express what they truly feel. I made a short the other day. Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe were talking, And Skip Bayless comes out and say, Kyrie, go. If you want to be some, and this is a quote verbatim. He said, if you want to be some crusader, some groundbreaker, some original thinker, go do it. I support you. But don't take our $37 million, nigga. You a slave here. You're here to put the ball in the hoop, and that's all you do. You post about NBA cares. You can post about anything regarding the team and different business opportunities that you got in. But when it comes to politics, when it comes to anything divisive, quote unquote, stay away from it. And that is the NBA's way and the media's way of keeping them in line. And when they get out of line, Kyrie Irving. Let's go.
So, what do you think the reaction should be with him if that's not the way to do it? Like, what should be the response?
I said this before. I think it's uncharted territory. I think it's no distinction between what somebody says versus what somebody posts. And I guess that's what they're trying to figure out. The terms that the Brooklyn Nets instituted for his return. I voice my discomfort. Some of our players, some people in the media, voice some of their discomfort with that. And we've yet to hear what is the latest with that situation. It's still an indefinite suspension. He's already missed 5 or 6 games. So, how many games is he going to continue to miss? Is it another situation going on there? Is it a larger situation going on there? Is another conversation that need to be had? We've yet to find out. So, I'm staying tuned, and I'm keeping my phone on to just see what is going to come of this situation.
This is Jaylen Brown's way of saying, in a very nice way, and you see how they have to tiptoe around how they really feel to prove the point. He really wants to say, man, fuck all the bullshit, man. Bring my nigga back. All he did was post a fucking tweet. This is what Jaylen Brown is saying, but he can't say it due to economic slavery and mass media execution.
Do you have concerns about the kind of the parameters that were set up for his return to play, as far as just creating a level of steps of things that have to be fulfilled? And do you think that's something that needs to be addressed in discussions over the next collective bargaining agreement?
Absolutely. I don't think we've ever seen anything like this before in our league. So to say that this is what is needed for somebody to return, we just thought that was excessive. Players thought that was excessive. So I'm not sure if that's going to be something that would be a CBA negotiation point or talking mechanism. I just know that there's sensitivity, on both sides that need to be addressed. And I'm looking forward to the union and the NBA and the Brooklyn Nets coming to a solution in the near future.
If you go through my channel, I've been talking about this. Where are the fucking details? After everybody came out and spoke their piece, after the fire went down, after all of the pressure that was applied went down, the details disappeared. Everybody stopped talking about it. The details became cryptic as fuck. It went from Kyrie had 6 listed demands, or a 6-step list of demands, to Kyrie has a lot to do. Kyrie was suspended. Now it appears that Kyrie is off the suspension list. Tell me where it makes sense. After Shannon Sharpe came out and said, Skip, Kyrie was wrong. Kyrie was wrong. He was wrong, Skip. He was wrong. Kyrie was wrong, Skip. What he did was wrong. He degraded a whole group of people, Skip. He degraded a whole group of people, Skip. He was wrong. But I think what they're trying to do to him, they're trying to emasculate him, Skip. I think that's a bit much. And if you notice, everybody said the same thing. Kyrie was wrong. Skip, Kyrie was wrong, Skip. Shit, Kyrie was wrong. What Kyrie did was wrong. What he did was wrong. Perk, he was wrong, Perk. the pressure wasn't as high. So after everybody came out, put on their circus performance, trying to appease their paymasters and appease the people at the same time, trying to serve two gods at one time, all the details disappeared. Because the black people coming out and saying that made the people feel good. But it gave Tsai, the Nets, and the media an excuse to now cover up the details and handle business behind the scene. Let's go.
And I know that there's been a lot of support for like Kyrie's character and things you mentioned, like Adam saying, but obviously it took him a while to be willing to confront the issue that people have with the content he shared and apologize for it. So considering that the way that he handled the situation seemed kind of uncharted, is it reasonable for organizations to try to at least find some sort of way for the player to kind of demonstrate contrition when they feel like the player's not doing it in a way that the public will accept?
I'm sorry, what's your question?
So I guess the question is, was it, even though you have issues with the way that the parameters the Nets set out, is it fair for the Nets to try to create some sort of, way for him to satisfy everybody's need for there to be an apology that they feel is sincere?
So this is the reporter's way of asking Jaylen, hey Jaylen, what do you think? Do you think it's okay to post a fucking tweet about Jewish people? You didn't say anything out your mouth, but do you think it's okay to post a tweet about anti-Semitic material, quote unquote, and think you shouldn't have to show me that you're sorry because I give you $37 million like Skip Bayless said? And because you have a platform of 4.6 million people, you cannot reach the people with material such as this? What are you doing, slave? Let's go. Let's see what he say.
I'm not sure how to answer that question. I think you are asking for a need to satisfy the common public, and I'm not sure if that is something that Kyrie is looking to do. I don't think he meant any harm by posting it. Obviously, it came off as insensitive to a lot of people, but Adam came out with a statement. He doesn't believe Kyrie Irving is anti-Semitic. Tsai came out and said a statement that they don't believe he is anti-Semitic. Those were their words, so he's already apologized, formally through his IG post. He said he supports all walks of life, etc. But the comment that Tsai made, which I feel like bothered, a lot of people, was like, he has more work to do. Like, what does that mean? Our society has more work to do, including Tsai. So I'm curious to know what that is, what that means, and everybody's tuned in and watching the situation because this is our league. We all are basketball players, but we all are human beings as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing the union and NBA figure out what the next steps are.
So as I've been repeating and repeating and repeating since all this shit has been happening, I haven't been getting no views on it. But go back through my channel, watch these videos, and I've been breaking it down day by day. It literally got to the point where you had to search for detail. Kyrie went from being in the media day in and day out. Now, all of a sudden, it's hard to find detail. Please go back. I'm gonna put links in the description, in the comment section too. Go back and watch those videos. Also, if you like the video, please press the like button. If you dislike the video, press the dislike button. I don't give a fuck. But make sure this will help me out. Subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to keep coming with fire content like this every day. I promise you, we're going to break down this media shit. We're going to break down media deception and how they are coercive, how after the media storm, they brewed it, calmed it down, and still handling business behind the scenes, talking about Kyrie still has a lot to do. Like, comment, and subscribe, because I told y'all I'm broke and I'm trying to make some money and change my life. And just by you like, comment, and subscribing, that's going to help me out. This your boy, King Tsai.